What happens when you decide to make a movie that is a crossover of Mary Poppins, Pretty Woman, and The Ugly Duckling?
Man, I really had something for this, but I totally forgot what it was.
Find out next on Treason Space. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Treason Space, the show where we watch all the movies and tell you what the fans think, what the critics think, and what we thought. Is it worth a forest, a small grove, or just a stump to sit on? This week, in case you missed the thumbnail, we watched the 2001 critically acclaimed comedy, Princess Diaries. I'm Jason, and that is Nate.
Hey, folks. Yeah, we watched the movie.
It's an older movie. I think it exploded. It shot Anne Hathaway into the atmosphere of being a superstar of an actress.
Yeah.
Because quite a transformation for that.
I will say right off the jump, way too long. This movie is I said the other day that it was an hour and 45 minutes too long. I think I was being a little too harsh there. I think really it should have shaved 30 minutes off of this movie. Like it could have
It was
been
close to 2 hours.
Very good 90-minute movie.
They could have easily done 90 minutes. They probably could have done a 30-minute TV show for it, but it's like so. But basically, what the premise of this movie is: a young lady, Mia Thermopoulos, which is a beautiful Greek name, finds out that she's actually royalty, and she's the heir apparent to the throne of a European city or country called Genovia, which is made up, by the way. There's no such place. And so she has to figure out how to be a princess. And so her mother, the queen, comes over there to LA or San Francisco to teach her how to be a queen for princess lessons. It's basically a teenage girls or preteen girls fantasy world.
I saw it in 2 sittings.
Okay.
And the first part I saw with Amanda, and she laughed. I just kind of was like, yeah, okay. And
what parts did she laugh at? Do you remember it all?
No, they were stupid.
I'm
like, this movie wasn't made for me. This movie is not made for a middle-aged man. Like,
not made for a man at all, I don't think.
The fact that, absentee father is a prince, and there's never a question up until 15 of where's dad? Oh, he's in Genovia. What's he do in Genovia? Any question ever?
Yeah.
How has this never been questioned? And then all of a sudden, bam!
I think it was questioned
princess.
Because she said my mother lied to me for 15 years. See, so she obviously was questioning something at some point. I will say this. I want to live in a firehouse now.
I've always wanted to live in a firehouse. So
have you really?
Yeah, there's this one firehouse in the city I grew up in that it was abandoned. Somebody went through it and re-renovated it, and actually it was for sale 2 or 3 months right after I signed the paperwork for this house. And it was affordable in my price range. I could have bought my dream.
Did it still have the pole in it? Because that's the best part of the whole thing.
I don't remember, but it's beautiful, and I don't know why anybody wouldn't want to live in a firehouse. A fire station would be so great. I didn't like the staging. The walls, you could tell they were just plywood walls with no depth to them or anything. And part of it, I felt like I was watching Rent.
I didn't notice it like that. So I mean, well, see, I don't even know if this movie was a movie for theaters if it came out on VHS and DVD. See,
I think it must have come out in theater.
I would think so. It was good enough quality for that, but see, I don't know.
I don't know if Princess Diary 2 came out to theater or not.
I do. I didn't much care for the other side character, the neighbor. I don't. They kind of like
Nope.
started off with like just. I mean, he did say something funny because he's like trying to write like she drives away or rides away as he sits back down in his chair for whatever, and he's like, I can't believe I won an Emmy. I was like, that was pretty funny.
I liked the bodyguard. I know
yes.
him as Ed Adesante from Last Man Standing. I don't know what his real name is or not, but
Hector Leonzo.
oh, well, he was great. I like him. He made this movie Stump better, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, the one scene there when they're on the bleachers on the roof, because their basketball court's on the roof.
The school, which is weird to me, but I live in San Francisco.
Yeah, what do we know? It's probably because it's so hilly. That's the only flat space you could put a. But when she slips and falls, you know that wasn't planned, right?
I know that was not
like
planned.
She actually slipped and all that. Like,
yes,
I enjoyed the fact that I knew that little random tidbit and Amanda didn't. So.
Oh, really? I thought you knew that because Amanda told you. But yeah, that was.
No.
She actually fell in on her butt, and they kept filming. So all that was real reaction.
Right. It is perfect.
I liked how they were doing the little scooter things and the battery operator scooters throughout San Francisco, but she had to push it up the hill, and then she, and it just goes. I mean, I had no idea those things had been around that long.
I also the Mustang, like that makes sense. It's a carbureted car going at an incline like this. There's only so much fuel, and it's going to start. So, I like those little tidbits to it. Grandma was very attractive. She was a very attractive
Julie
woman.
Andrews. That's Mary Poppins. That's just. I mean, she's just. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And very proper. And I loved it when she walked across, like trying to teach the princess lessons. She's we don't drop her like this, and she has her head down, clomping across. I'm like, oh my god, I never thought I'd see her do this posh actress. And then I was like, that was excellent.
I liked how she got out of the ticket thing by order of the rose.
Yes.
Like she just pulled that over her fucking butt cheeks and like diplomatic immunity. It's like, well, yeah, but she doesn't.
You got it, but she doesn't. Just go to the station. So, but what happens here for people that are wondering in the storyline is the father dies, finds out she's a princess, and then she said that they would decide whether she wants to be a princess or not by the time the ball comes along. So she's teaching her how to be a princess, and during that time she's trying to keep it quiet, but somehow we know how the person that fixed her hair, because her hair's all like this,
the stylist,
stylist made her all pretty, told everyone that she was there. It all got out. So she had to like fight between, once again, the boy that she has a crush on and the boy that has a crush on her. And she chooses the wrong one, so she has to apologize to the boy that likes her because she suddenly likes him. Which it's like I said, it's a fantasy world of for females that are like prepubescent females. And the best friend
to kick up.
I didn't like the best friend. Did not like her. She's a very snotty little shit. Did not like her at all.
Yeah, she was very she was much.
She was very judgmental. And then when she got called out on it, she felt bad about being judgmental.
I just scared.
I wanted you to be a princess. And
I just want to make out with you because I'm so jealous.
And it was the best friend's brother that had the crush on the main character.
I think they both had a crush on the main character.
I think so too. Oh, and Mandy Moore's in this movie. That's the blonde chick that's the pain in the ass to the bully. That's the bully. That's Mandy Moore. Yeah.
I like her.
Yeah.
I've always liked Mandy Moore. She's like a year younger than me.
Is she?
Yeah.
She looks so much older than me. Lately.
What can I say?
And they finally go to Genovia, and there was a Duke and Duchess, I guess, that were trying to take over the crown.
Yeah, big nose.
Yeah, oh, thank you. This, Lord, I want to say it. This hideous woman.
She's got a horse face, man.
She's so pretty. No, she's just not. I don't know. How do you call that? Do you say,
look,
hey,
she might be pretty from this angle, but as soon as she goes that way, you got too much. Like, it's just, I'm looking at.
How do you do that like casting call? Okay, we're looking for a 6 foot tall bird woman. Because that's what they got.
We're looking for Big Bird.
Yeah.
And we're going to put her in red.
Yeah. So she at the go ahead.
I was gonna say I felt like the acting was all over the top. Like it just felt like everybody just really hammed it up. Like, I don't know, it felt like how you probably felt about Bobby Lee in the Sweet Dreams, where it's like, you're acting, and I know you're acting.
Right.
You need to stop acting.
Yeah.
Like,
and Anne Hathaway, she's a beautiful woman. She's just
gorgeous eyes. I never realized she had those much real beautiful eyes.
No, and that great smile and stuff. And I thought she did a fantastic job. Like you said, the bodyguard, probably the best actor, because he's a great actor.
Oh yeah,
I mean, Julie Andrews isn't a great actress, so they have one of the best actors, a really good actor. So they held the movie together.
Yeah, their screen chemistry was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact: they like each other.
Yes, the bodyguard and the chauffeur guy, Alonzo. That's why I put down Pretty Woman at the beginning of this, because he was also the hotel manager in Pretty Woman that helped the Pretty Woman get her stuff together. And he's the same character. He's basically the same character. He wasn't a bodyguard, but his personality, his mannerisms were very similar. So she shows up. She wasn't going to go. She was going to run away. I have no idea where she's going to run away to with her cat. And I thought that was kind of silly because she got a book from her dad or something, or from her grandmother, and with a note in there.
Yeah.
And that letter fell, and the cat laid on top of it.
Yeah.
And like 2 seconds later, she picks the cat up and finds it. What was the point of that? Why does it need you expect that the cat lays on it so she don't see it, and then she leaves, not realizing.
I think it's to make sure she gets it. Like, I think that was a directing call for sure, where they're like, no, let's put the cat on the envelope. So that way it's like she picks up the cat and be like, oh, what the fuck is this?
Okay, I guess it is for a trivial girl.
It is a choice.
I
don't fault them for it.
And she tries to get there, and she's in her new Mustang. Mustang's all messed up still. She can't drive it anywhere. It's raining, and it breaks down, and she's soaking wet. And I was just like, I don't know why she's laying down in the front seat of the Mustang in the middle of the road like that.
It's prom. It's prom. I'm taking you to the prom. Bitch, get in the back of my van, you whore.
Fuck if I know, trying to drown or something. Like, it was just too. I don't know if it's because it's a Disney movie. I don't know if it's because I know there's a sequel out to it, but it was just predictable. Like, you name it Princess Diaries, she's wearing a princess dress, and then you have it, she might not be a princess, she might not do it. Bitch, please, you just told me in the fucking title. I don't have to watch this movie. I already know that Anne Hathaway is going to be a princess.
She was always the princess. We just don't know if she was going to take the role. She was always going to be a princess. So, in the Princess Diaries, I'm wondering if it's the book that got from her grandma, from her dad. That's the diary.
Yeah.
So the movie was supposed to be about that. I wonder if part 2 is like that. I don't know enough to care to watch that one, but
Yeah, I don't think I plan on watching though. There is a curiosity, like, well, where do they go from here? But do I want to watch it really? Like, do I need to watch the second one? You
We
at
have an
home, you tell
anniversary.
us. Do we
Yes,
have to
tell
watch
us.
the second one? Drop a comment. Let us know if we need to watch the second one. I don't think so.
And
But
while
what
you're
do
doing
I
that,
know?
give us a like and subscribe so we can push this out to more people because the algorithm needs to be fed.
Absolutely.
So why don't we move on to see what the Rotten Tomatoes has said? The first 5-star review is from Saint L. Great feel good movie, fun, funny friendship, and learning how to be a princess. A movie you want to watch again and again.
Nope. This 1-star review or less comes from Abe A. What? It was one of the worst movies ever. So boring, it was hard to keep watching.
But you still did. And you didn't do it
what
because you
was
had to
hard?
review it.
And what was hard?
Okay, the next 5-star. Sarah M. I love this movie when I was younger. I haven't seen it in probably 18 years, and I've decided it still deserves 5 stars. Sorry, 5 starts for how much I liked it as a kid.
Oh my god, really? You're gonna write a review from a movie that you haven't seen in 18 years? Come on.
Come on.
This one is unknown. Had to watch it on a flight, and I wanted the plane to go down in the Pacific. Well, that's unfortunate, sir.
The WTF, what the fuff? Carter S. Saw this in Florida on a coach. Nothing positive to say. I think there was a couch.
At first, I thought that said coach. I'm
It does
like,
say
it's not
coach.
on a coach.
It says coach. I'm sure it was supposed to be couch, but it does say coach. Does he mean coach like in the plane?
Like a bus? A
Bus
plane?
on a coach. I'm thinking this guy knows the people from Miller's Girl or something.
I don't know.
So, Rotten Tomatoes, the very accurate program that it is, has this thing at 49%, while the audience ratings, which is you and me, and the 12-year-old girls, say it's 68%.
More like the 30-something-year-old women that saw this when it first came out when they were 18.
And they still give it 5 stars.
Yeah.
Well, you have heard what the audience thinks, that the Rotten Tomatoes thinks, and you've heard some reviews. Now, and you've heard what we think. But I'm now going to give this thing some trees. I'm going to give this a tree, but I'm going to add it to that tree because I like Anne Hathaway, I love Julie Julie Andrews, and I love Hector. I think those 3 together give it another tree. A little long, so I'm going to probably stop by giving another stump to that, give it 2 trees, 1 stump.
Would you recommend this movie?
Would I recommend this movie? Sure, if somebody has 2 hours to kill and like Anne Hathaway.
I would not recommend this movie to my surgeon. I felt this movie was honestly, legitimately 30 minutes way too long. The friendship story part, like the TV show drama, like they even addressed that. Like there's just so much part. Like they tried to put too much into it, and it wasn't made for a 38-year-old male. With that, a tree.
Oh, I know there's one young lady, Cassidy, and whoever said they wanted this reviewed are not going to like you much when they watch this review. But that's okay, because at least you're watching the review. So
It was
please
fine. It was fine.
give us a comment about what Nate said, because you know that you don't agree with him. But thank you, everyone, for joining us on this episode of Treason Space. We will see you next Wednesday. No, we will not. We will see you next Monday at 7 a.m. for the next episode of Trees in Space.
What?